If you spend Robux just to walk, first off, you're cooked. Second off, this is actually real. In Pay to Walk, you start out with 200 free steps, but go over that and you'll have to buy more. 2,000 steps cost you 500 Robux, and that's just to walk around doing nothing.
Thank you for purchasing steps. Here's 150 free ones. Oh, great. That's so generous. Oh my God, people are starting to run out. People are starting to run out. These people are stuck. They can't walk anymore. The people following me are getting smaller and smaller by the second. What even is in this game? Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, is this just is this it? You just kind of hang out here with your friends and then you just like pay Robux to just kind of like stay here?
And that is one of the greediest things in Roblox. But as this video goes on, it'll get so much worse, like when IShowSpeed made the biggest mistake of all. Some people prefer to spend their hard-earned Robux on cosmetic items. It's something you can show off at least, right? Well, that's when it comes to the most absurdly priced items, like the most expensive clothing in the whole game, the Midnight Blue Sparkle Time Fedora. This thing costs a whopping 14 million Robux, and since expensive items usually require some kind of verification code, when Speed was convinced to try to click the button, he didn't think it would instantly buy the item.
No, I got a refund. No. Oh my God! I thought it was gonna ask for a verification. Why didn't it give me a verification? Oh my God!
For some context, that is over $125,000 in real money. I mean, I'd be crying too. But I imagine most of us would be too after spending hundreds of hours in the game and then someone beats you after a couple minutes. Like, we all know most Roblox games are super pay to win. So when Laserbeam tried this in Busy Business, it didn't go well.
They've added a special Laserbeam purchase for 1 million Robux.
Let's see what this does.
Oh God! There's a Laserbeam special event. Oh my God, he's just smacking everyone with a hammer. Oh, what's he doing? What's the big Laserbeam doing? He's jumped in the water. I just thought they were going to give me a bunch of power-ups, but we've nuked the server. It's now raining money. I didn't know nuclear weapons did that. We should use them more often.
Yeah, he could literally delete opponents from nothing so he could just rise to the top. The question is, how long would it take to beat someone with 50 days worth of playtime?
Let's see if we can beat his 50 days of work in a single hour. All right, this is my business. We're starting a lemonade stand. So because of the Laserbeam multiplier, I'm on the first business. I've already made $200 million from lemonade.
He needed to reach 11 quadrillion, but you know, it's not really hard when he bought every business in the game, earning 3 quadrillion per pizza.
I've already done it. That's 16 quadrillion. Under 20 minutes. I'm number 1. He played for 50 days. Oh! This should all teach you a lesson that no matter how hard you work, if someone is famous and has money, they will instantly beat you. You might as well give up and never play.
And he's not exactly wrong, because some maps require players to pay just to play it. And that's not just paying to enjoy it or have an advantage. There are some maps that lock you in place and charge you 15 Robux for every single action. I will say, it's only 15 cents, but in this map, it racks up fast.
Would you like to buy Escape Out of Jail? Yeah, sure, why not? I'll pay that. To zoom, I have to pay to zoom my camera out? Are you serious? That's like the first thing I do in any, oh my God. I have to pay to zoom out even more? Would you like to buy zoom out? Yes. How much can I zoom out? Is that, oh my God. Why can I not walk? No, I gotta buy walk. Okay, give me that. Okay, now I can walk. Do I have to buy jump as well? Yep, there we go. Okay, I'll go ahead and buy jump. Do you have to spend money to type in the game? Oh my God, you have to buy chat. Oh my God. Okay, I'm buying chat. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna say hello. I don't think anybody can respond because you can't type. You have to pay to type. Would you like to buy the chat bundle for 100 Robux?
While this may just be a silly idea, you're probably thinking no one would spend more than a few hundred Robux messing around, right? Well, that's when Creek realized someone had spent 10,000 Robux on this map alone, just to move and troll other players. Let's take it back to 2022 when Roblox got rid of every song the boombox item could play. It was an awesome feature, but they had no choice but to delete it. So what happened? Well, a bunch of people bought it to play their favorite songs, and then they felt robbed when it got removed, and so did the artists. It turns out that Roblox had literally ripped hundreds of songs from small artists without permission, and this racked up a $200 million lawsuit. The worst part is, this was an item that was sold across Roblox in hundreds of different games, so if you bought one, it didn't carry over. Some people could have bought up to 50 of these things to use in their favorite experiences, only to have every single song taken away, and now Now, it's just a useless prop. Roblox wasn't the only one stealing content either, because even their creators were ripping off other companies, this time taking entire games. You've probably heard of Peak. It's a game that went absolutely viral this year for going mountain climbing with your friends using proximity chat, and it was just hilarious on the way. So of course, some Roblox devs wanted a piece of the pie and set out to recreate the entire game on Roblox called Cliff. This time though, it had one big difference. You see, the original game cost $7, but these creators would get people into the Roblox version for free and then throw dozens of Robux purchases at them. This would rack up way over the actual price of the real one. Even the Peak devs noticed and spoke up on the situation, saying we would rather you pirate our game than play this microtransaction riddled slop ripoff. The backlash was so bad, the copycats were forced to rebrand to High Climb and lost all of their players in the process. Talk about taking an L. iShowSpeed may have bought that hat by accident earlier, but it's actually not the most expensive item he's purchased in Roblox. Player-made items, they have a way higher price ceiling, so when a fan practically scammed him out of 18 million Robux for a Shrek shirt, he instantly regretted it. I mean, I get it, considering that's $200,000 worth of Robux, which you can't take back.
18 million! 18 million! $200,000 in my bank account!
So iShowSpeed found another way. He started talking to the guy and eventually convinced them to hand over the login details so he could play on his account. But as soon as he got in, Speed wasted no time in buying a Ronaldo shirt for 10 million using the very same Robux he had been scammed out of. Speaking of expensive items, Steal a Brainrot has the exact same problem, but that's not even in game. You can't sell your collected characters to other players, you can only steal them or trade them. So that's when people took to sites like eBay and sold them for real money. Rare Brainrots like the strawberry elephant could go for up to $1,000. And even if it's real, you might just lose it the next time you log in to play and then never recover what you paid for. If you're a regular Roblox player, there's a high chance you played Bloxburg at some point. It's an insanely popular city simulation game, which recently had an extremely controversial update. Fans logged in to see a brand new revamp to the experience, including one new feature, and that's hunger. Now, you had to constantly eat and drink in order to walk around without fainting. It seems kind of annoying, but not a huge deal, right? Well, that's when you realize food costs money, either being earned or bought with Robux. It's a pretty scummy change, and even the players knew too, because thousands of people started holding protests in the game against Bloxburg to revert the changes. This caused so much backlash that the devs were eventually forced to remove fainting from hunger a few months later. What about pet simulator games built just to take advantage of you? It's no surprise they exist and continue to be allowed on Roblox despite the gambling mechanics. Experiences like Pets Go and Pet Simulator are all based on one mechanic, which is rolling a dice to get a random pet, earning coins and upgrades before doing it all over again. Just like gambling, you'll lose almost always getting low tier pets and using up your rerolls before you're left to one last option, spending real money on Robux to unlock more. You'll also get advantages over other players like higher luck, increased perks, and more, which defeats the whole point of the game if it's not luck but money based. The worst part is that your pets are shown off as cosmetics. They're there to flex on other players and encourage you to keep playing to unlock more and more, all while targeting kids under 13. But it doesn't stop there, because these dice rolls are even more scummy than you might think. You see, each time you hit it, you'll roll through a bunch of pets before the final one you get, but along the way, you might see a super rare one you miss, manipulating you to keep on going. Somehow these gambling games are still here to this day. And all of this is without mentioning that the Robux you've been spending all this time are more expensive than other players. You see, if you have a Roblox premium subscription, you'll get up to a 35% discount on Robux. So $10 usually bags you 1,000 Robux, but if you're subscribed, you'll actually end up with 100 extra and even more of a bonus for the bigger packs. It's a great perk of being subscribed, but this means any player who wants to buy some more is forced to pay high prices for lower rewards. Unless, of course, you sign up for a subscription, forking out an extra $10 every month just to buy Robux. Did you know there's even Roblox games out there that only give you one life? If you're an obby pro, it shouldn't be an issue for you, but some creators have made pay to respawn maps where every death costs you 5 Robux to continue. It's framed like a challenge to go hardcore, but in reality, this thing turns difficult fast.
Jump, Jump. Bro, this is easy. I'm about to win without paying anything. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Parkour, baby. Parkour, baby. Let's go. No! Bro, how did I mess that up? Are you serious? All right, let's play 5 Robux again. All right, let's just... Oh, my gosh. It moves like every second. What the... How is that? How can I beat that if it moves so fast?
Now, sure, that's still beatable, but then it turns into absolute chance.
Oh, it says step on correct blocks. Okay, right here. Okay, right here. No! And I have to pay another 5 Robux. Oh my gosh. This might be the most pay-to-win game we played today.
I mean, I highly doubt anyone has beat this map without paying, making it the literal definition of pay to win. Some of you would probably also say the same about Steal a Brainrot. Now sure, you could earn almost anything with enough patience, playtime, and dedication, but you could also get there by just simply spending money. The Robux shop gives limited offers you could get anywhere else, including lucky blocks to instantly get rare Brainrots. It is all pretty fair, but there's really one scam here, and that's admin abuse. You could buy the package to get admin commands, which basically sounds like you're gonna become God and just be able to spawn anything just like Sammy. In reality, all you get is a couple power-ups, which are hardly useful compared to other items you could buy anyway. Like sure, a couple of them are pretty cool, but worth $100? Probably not. Now, at least you could get some fun out of it, unlike one of the most expensive items on the market, Dominus Imperius. This headgear is insanely rare with only 7 left in existence, and now it sells for 40 million Robux, or about $50,000. And that's just the lowest price. It's not even in stock right now, so you'd have to go for the lowest resale price, which is currently as high as 618 million. 6 million real dollars? Like, it is insanely rare, but is it truly worth more than a mansion? It's even worse when your favorite classic game gets overhauled just to scam you. One of the biggest examples of this is Speedrun 4, which people loved. It was a simple, fast-paced obby with constant speed parkour through tons of levels. But now, though, it has been completely remastered, adding pets, microtransactions, and more just to get Robux off ya. Now, you had to pay to unlock more levels with currency or purchase abilities like rolling, all earned from the new pet system, or simply just use real money. Obviously, paywalled levels weren't received well at all by fans, so Verse was left with no choice but to revert parts of the update back and even publish a classic version for the original fans. Still though, why are we being so greedy here? Then we have games like NFT Battle, which somehow keeps hundreds of active players in what literally is just a menu. Like, there's nothing else. All it is gambling and opening rare cases to try and get more stars, and if you run out, then you have to spend Robux on opening more. Literally just a scam and gets kids addicted to gambling constantly, but this time, there's actually no reward. At least you get something after waiting in line, because yeah, that's really an entire game on here. It's a crazy trending category on Roblox where you literally spend time just to sit in a line and then try to get to the front. You could either wait your turn or use the money you're earning to skip ahead. The problem is, as soon as you do that, they'll just take it back. That's where the microtransactions come in, spending your hard-earned Robux to skip 10 places ahead or activate power-ups. But in the end, it's all pretty pointless, as eventually you'll just be cut in line back to where you were. There's no reason for doing it, and that's exactly why the scam works, getting you to spend Robux to get there faster. And did you know there's helmets that cost 100 times that price? The Violet Valkyrie is the most expensive item sold by the official Roblox marketplace, which first appeared for President's Day back in 2018. Here's the thing, it's not even that special, since it's just a reskin of another helmet, but now costs 50,000 Robux. It is $250 for a hat, and somehow nearly 40,000 people own it. What are we spending our money on here? Now we have to talk about the problems that are all across the marketplace, because Roblox has actually increased the prices. You see, previously, the lowest cost of created items was just 15 Robux. Pretty cheap, right? Well, in early 2024, they just changed their mind and raised this up to 50, meaning creators were forced to set their prices higher, and then players were made to buy even more Robux to afford it. There was a bunch of free items in the market for people to claim, from heads, faces, shirts, even hair. But then, out of nowhere, they decided to give them a price. So instead of being free for everyone, these suddenly got set to prices of 75 or more. What is the dumbest thing you spent your Robux on? Comment down below, I promise I'll only judge you slightly. It has been Tommy, thank you guys for being some of our first subscribers, and keep it here on T5G Blocks.